Our housing, our food, our gas would only increase significantly if we in Washington. We can't afford Phantom Break.
La da dee da da, who my baby? It's hard to be classy cause I'm a church baby. I know you know that shaking. La da dee da da, who my baby? It's hard to be classy cause
Being covered on national news. He recently was covered by shows like Good Morning America, CBS Mornings. He's been covered by BBC, Time Magazine, Variety, Forbes, New York Times, CNN, and the story is officially mainstream. He even got sued by 5 contestants from his game show in a class action lawsuit, and his new product, Lunchly, got absolutely destroyed by the internet, being called out by OG YouTubers like DanTDM. But anyways, we've been covering Mr. Beast right here on the channel for 2 whole months now, and a lot of people want to know the full story right from the beginning. So I made this one video to get everybody up to speed with what's going on, especially those who don't want to individually watch every single video, or those who are a little bit confused by the thumbnails. I wonder why that would be. So here we finally have the long-awaited compilation of every single Mr. Beast video so far, but it's been edited down to the most important parts of the previous videos, and I've added my own new future commentary to some of the previous segments because hindsight obviously changes a lot of things, and we know a lot more about the story right now. So I've gone in and connected a couple dots here and there. I've also included a new video in this video. It's a response to KSI's absolutely horrible video responding to the Lunchley situation with Mr. Beast, but we'll get to it when we get to it. As always, disclaimer, these videos are just my opinion and not statements of fact. I'm simply reporting the news. Every individual mentioned is innocent until proven guilty. And with that being said, let's start right from the beginning with Mr. Beast's childhood best friend, Chris Tyson. So it all starts with this video titled, "This video will make you hate Chris
nice
Tyson."
job.
And not gonna lie, it was pretty successful at making me hate Chris Tyson. Basically, it's
Oh, these guys are
exposed
crazy.
Chris for being an absolute A-grade. Chris is really into lollipops without the pops, if you know what I mean. And essentially, lollipops, as I'll be calling it in this video, are drawings
It
of
says, shout out my
items that,
friend P. Itty.
animated. So it's one of those situations where, guys, she actually only looks 8 years old, and I like jacking it to this 8-year-old character, and I have her framed in my living room, but actually, she's just a 50,000-year-old vampire, so it's completely okay. Now, it turns out Chris was also good friends with someone who draws real children as those characters and actually bought art from them as well.
However,
So what's up, guys? Where you from?
personality involved in the story, also known as Shadman. Shadman was a normal guy until he decided to attend an art university in Switzerland to pursue his passion for art. However, shortly
What's
after,
up, chat?
he was expelled when some of his artwork was discovered to be illegal,
Shout out Ray.
even considered a danger to society.
Okay, so essentially, this Shadman guy is an actual freak. He draws not only animated 8-year-olds, but also real people. In fact, this guy drew his own mother in a prawn scenario, which is absolutely wild. All right, that is, I don't know what levels of messed up that actually is, but if that wasn't bad enough, this guy took Keemstar's actual real daughter, who was a minor, and drew her in also prawn scenarios as well, which is just, I don't know, man, disgusting, depraved. There is no justification for that as well. And despite this fact, and despite knowing all this, we have good old friend Chris Tyson here, who just doesn't seem to mind. Doesn't seem to mind at all. In fact, Chris seems to love this type of stuff, showing support multiple times to Shadman through several tweets, even like pulling them up on stream once accidentally, and even commissioning this type of disgusting art and hanging it in their living room that they're sharing with Mr. Beast.
Someone will tweet on November 8th, 2016, asking Shadman to draw Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time, doing inappropriate things with Donald Trump. Shadman will respond by saying that if Trump wins the election, he will deliver it. And as we know, Trump wins, and as promised, Shadman will post drawings.
Okay, so this is a real person, not a 1,000-year-old witch or whatever defense people have for this.
How are Ava and Shadman linked? Well, the answer to this is another drawing by Shadman. It depicts a young girl wearing a "Please be patient, I have autism" cap, pointing a gun at her mouth. She has a fidget spinner as an earring and a spade tattoo on her thigh that says BBC, which we all know what it means. On November 18th, 2017, Ava responded to a tweet from Grande and Mr. Beast stating, "This is coming from a guy who owns a Shad-based drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room." Just some time later, they also posted the exact same drawing laid on the floor with the caption, "Bonus fidget spinners to throw some extra autism." In this Mr. Beast video, you'll notice a very familiar thing at the 9 minutes and 30-second timestamp. From what I believe,
What's up,
keeping
everybody?
illegal art in the bed isn't normal at all. The shocking thing is that Mr. Beast and Chris were roommates during that time.
Yeah, nah, Chris is absolutely cooked. You not only bought the art, but had it on display in your living room for everybody to see. Any guests that come in, oh, your mom comes to visit? Well, look at my lovely art over there. I mean, how much of a degenerate can you actually be? I'm also wondering if they do all of this stuff in public, right? You know, tweeting like that, showcasing your support for such a horrible person like Shadman, monetarily supporting him too, displaying his stuff in your living room, then what are they doing in private, right? Now, the video continues with Chris just constantly responding to Shadman and asking for more and more of this underage art. And at a certain point, I mean, you're just sick in the head. If it was a one-off joke, one time, I get it. You know, edgy, whatever. Everybody was edgy at one point. But you clearly love this stuff. You have it for your wall.
On April 16th, 2018, Ava replied under a deleted Shadman post.
What's up, man?
"No Beast Boy trap, Shad?
How's your day going?
Changed." Basically, Ava was asking Shadman to draw art of Beast Boy, as Beast Boy was shown at different ages in the show. We can't say anything for certain, but that doesn't mean the tweet wasn't strange, though we definitely can't say the same about the next tweet. On January 17th, 2018, a person tweeted saying, "Remember
What's up,
this
bro?
growing up? Me too. Check it out at Shadman's," featuring a photo of the 4-year-old cartoon character Caillou with his mother. Chris joined in and replied, "Help, I need an adult." I don't think there's any need to explain how crazy this stuff is. But what's even crazier is Ava's next tweet. Maybelle and Dipper are 12-year-old siblings from a show called Gravity Falls. On July 14th, 2017, a user tweeted comics of these characters kissing. Ava replied, "They're twins, so at this point, it's just right?"
Yeah, there is just no defending this. I don't see how any Chris supporters are ever gonna justify this peak degeneracy. You're asking for Beast Boy art here, who's actually one of my favorite Teen Titans characters, man. Ruined that as well, huh? The internet one by one, taking everything I love and just driving a knife into it. Caillou is crazy, by the way. Why would you ever want to see that? Nah. And Mabel and Dipper from Gravity Falls, actually, a bunch of people told me to watch that show. I watched a couple episodes, but yeah, that's not something you want to see sexualized. That is so weird.
The surprising part is that Ava wasn't just reacting to Shadman's work. They were friends or knew each other, to say the least. On April 16th, 2019, Ava will post a clip of a live stream where they accidentally visited Shadman's website. What's even weirder is that they gave him a shout out stating, "Shout out to Shadbase for having safe for work drawings today."
Hey, the dates are getting closer and closer to today. We have 2019, which is 5 years ago. Still a long time before, but you know, in situations like this, the time